Hello, I'm Sharon Young and today is my 50th birthday and I'd like to welcome you to the very first edition of my Living with Flourish video blog. So 50 years ago today I was one of thousands of new souls to enter the world. Weighing just under 8 pounds, I was shiny, new and innocent. I was basically a blank page. But very quickly my experiences left imprints that created my own map of reality and as a result the way that I view myself and the world around me. Like most people, I've had my ups and downs in life. I've been in stressful and unfulfilling jobs, had issues with my health and my self-esteem. I've lost people and things that I've cared about and ended up in a state of depression and uncertainty about who I was and what was important to me. But I've also had some amazing experiences, learning, creativity, love and fun. After years of struggling with low self-esteem, I have finally accepted who I am and come to realise that I am no better or worse than anyone else on this planet. I'm simply striving to be the best that I can be. But one area that has consistently fallen down my list of priorities is my own well-being. I'm a great one for helping others to take care of themselves, but not so hot when it comes to looking after me. In my 20s, I didn't really know any different, but as I was nearing 30, I started on a personal development journey, during which I've become pretty self-aware and also much more aware of the world around me. That really sparked my interest in the areas of emotional intelligence, resilience and well-being. And although I learned a lot, there are one heck of a lot of models and theories out there, I can tell you, I still tended to focus more on using this to help other people rather than myself. So as I've been approaching my 50th birthday, I've taken some time to reflect on my own priorities. I still want to achieve an awful lot of stuff and I still want to help other people. But I'm also very aware of the frailty of life, having lost some very special people and nearly lost countless others. So when I saw the opportunity to create something really special with a dynamic team that could create flourishing individuals and organisations by focusing on happiness and well-being at work and in life, I grabbed it with both hands. But this time I'm looking at it rather differently. So rather than just learning and teaching things for the benefit of others, I'm doing it for myself as well. And this isn't about being selfish, although there's nothing wrong in that. I just want to be on this earth for a good few years yet. There's an awful lot of things that I still want to achieve. And unlike Steve Martin in the film The Man with Two Brains, I'm not too keen on being kept alive in a laboratory. I love the quote that says, "Look after your body, it's the only place that you have to live." I think that's really important. But I think it also applies to your mind and your spirit. So it's looking after the whole of yourself. And so that means that I need and I want to look after myself, to look after all of me. So when we were creating the Flourish model, we talked about needing to have case studies of people and organisations who've been through the trials and tribulations and have truly flourished. And I said, hey, what about me? Why don't we use me as a case study? And that is exactly what we're doing here. So I'm working with my colleague Chaz, who's one of the fellow founders of Flourish, and we're having one-to-one coaching sessions together. And I'm also doing a lot of work myself outside of that, really looking into all of the different aspects and how they affect me. And through these Living with Flourish video blogs, I'm going to share my journey with all of you. What I can promise you is that it will be honest and authentic, and it will include all of my failures, although I personally always say that FAIL stands for first attempt in learning. It'll include my successes, what I've learned, and also some top tips that you can use straight away on areas that you might want to develop. Each vlog will look at a different aspect of the Flourish model and how this relates to me, and then how you can relate it to your own life. So for this first video, I want to share with you my self-assessment against the 8 aspects of the Flourish model. So if you haven't seen it before, we use the word Flourish as an acronym, and we start here with the letter F. So F stands for focus and meaning, and you'll see here that the way that we do it is to score things from the rating of 1 to 10. So for me, I rated myself a 6. From the meaning point of view, it's really, really high for me. I know what I want to do in life. I have a real purpose. I love and have passion for what I do at work. The focus is the area that I fall down on here. I have so many things that I want to do, so many things that I get involved in, so many calls on my time, that I don't always focus on what are the things that make the difference. That's what brings the score down to 6 for me. Secondly, the L stands for laughter and fun. I certainly know how to have a good laugh. I'm actually a trained laughter yoga leader. But again, I don't always make the time for having that fun. I get too caught up in doing stuff rather than just being and experiencing things. So for that I scored myself 6.5. O is for optimism and positive emotions. And overall people would say I'm a fairly happy and optimistic person, but I do have that negative self-talk that quite often turns me into not thinking so positively about things, and I can talk myself down in situations. So for that I again marked myself 6. Unity in relations, this is a hugely important part in my life. In a previous coaching session it came out as my #1 value. But there are so many times that I miss out on opportunities to see families and friends, to spend time with people. And when I do it, I love it and think, I must do more of this. And then suddenly a month's passed and I haven't seen people, or people I've been meaning to catch up with again for weeks or months or years. I just haven't done it. So it's so important to me that I'm not doing it. So that's why for me this is down as a 4. Then the R is for resilience and mindfulness. Whilst I'm really good at telling other people how to deal with positive stress management, I have found that my resilience recently has been a little bit low. I've been taking sort of knocks quite personally. I've not been taking that time just to stop. And I know when I do mindfulness the benefits it has. So I really need to make sure that I'm not letting it affect me negatively. So that at the moment is a 2 for me. I is much higher. I is for influence and choice. It's about recognising what potentially influences me externally and deciding whether or not I'm going to let things influence me and taking the choices of what I want to do. And for me, this is an area I'm fairly strong on, so this is 8 for me. S is self-acceptance and growth. I have reached a point of pretty much self-acceptance, although I do still have moments where I criticise myself. And I do love learning and growing. That's really, really important to me. So that was a 7. But the lowest score for me on this is health. I scored that down as a 1. I've had issues with my health from childhood, and that's affected a lot of my attitude towards nutrition and towards exercise. But again, interestingly, I know what I need to do. I just don't find time to do it. I'm always running around. I'm eating a lot of comfort food, a lot of fast foods, a lot of carbohydrates that keep my energy up and then let it fall down again. So you might think when you look at this that my #1 priority is actually around health. But there's a little bit more to it. Some people that know me might actually have said that they thought these scores are quite low for me, because I'm generally a pretty happy and focused person. However, what became instantly clear to my coach and I as we went through, and you might have picked it up when you just saw me do it then, was that as I went through the assessment, the amount of times I said, oh, I know what to do, but I haven't got time. Time is a really huge thing for me, making time to focus on the important stuff. So my next video blog in a fortnight is going to be about time management and how to make time for my own well-being, my own health, my own happiness, and how hopefully I can help you guys to do the same thing. I look forward to seeing you in a fortnight, but until then, keep flourishing.